The biggest wall standing between you and a sunsetting valley is not your bank account. You might be thinking about that. It's not your age. It's the blinking cursor on your screen that you don't understand. We're told that to be free, we have to run our entire existence from a rectangle of glass in our pocket, right? And to be honest, if you're anything like me, there are days you want to throw that shit into the ocean and retreat to a cabin into the woods. You might be thinking, Elmer, I'm too old for this. My grandkids have to fix my Wi-Fi. But there's a hard truth. The technology is not the enemy. Your mindset about it is the only thing keeping you chained to a life you have outgrown. Today we stop the struggle. I'm going to show you to stop fighting the future and start making it work for you. We're going to learn to stop worrying and love the robot. I didn't choose the tech life. The debacle of 2008 shows it for me. Back in the days, I was an engineer. I understood things I could hit with a hammer, right? I once rebuilt a VW bus engine on the side of the road in pouring rain. I understood piston, gears, and grease. But when I was thrown into consulting business to survive the crash, that's a different story. I had zero interest in learning to code. But as I peeled back layers of the small businesses I was trying to save, that's when I realized they were drowning in chaos, my friend. And the only way to survive was with the new technology and automation. I had no choice. I had to adapt or become irrelevant. And this is when I learned the most important lesson of my career. Technology is not a replacement for my experience. It is a lever to amplify. So let's talk about your new virtual team. For us experienced professionals, artificial intelligence or AI is not a threat. It is the best intern you have ever hired. Think of AI like an intern who never sleeps, never complains, and crucially, never steals your lunch from the break room fridge. Oh, I remember that. We call this the 80-20 rule of AI. You delegate the boring 80% of the research, the first draft, the data sorting to the robot. Then you come in for the important 20%. You focus your precious time on client relationship and complex decisions. The robot provides the raw data, but only you provide the wisdom. You're not obsolete, you are the boss. Now, I'm going to give you my master formula for talking to these things. Most people just type, write a proposal. Don't do that. That gives you generic fluff. You need to use strategic prompting, all right? And that is a 4-part system, what I call. First, the role. Tell it who to be. For example, act as an expert with 20 years of experience. Second, the context. My client is a small bakery owner losing money on waste ingredient. Third, the task. Draft a 3-step action plan recommending an audit, a first in, first out system, and a weekly review. And finally, the tone. Keep it simple and encouraging, not corporate. You hit enter and boom, it does the heavy lifting in 30 seconds. Then you use your applied wisdom to fix it. You might say, actually, that second point is too technical for a baker, and you tweak it. This is how you work smart. Now that you have your assistant, let's build your office, all right? Since we're aiming for a life of travel, we cannot have file cabinets with us around. We need to create a centralized business hub. You need a CRM to track clients, It's basically a digital address book that keeps appointments and a sales pipeline for those prospects and clients that we're looking after. You need a project management tool to track what you promise and your to-dos. There are many tools out there that will provide that automation for you. All right. For example, you can use Monday.com for your CRM and Trello for project management. Now, then you have to integrate those tools, and that is when things might get messy. In my years doing this, I found that the best solution is to invest a little bit of money upfront and use an ERP platform. A platform that has everything neatly integrated and packaged for you. ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning Platform, a fancy word for a software that runs everything in your business. I use something called Odoo. It's a platform that I use in my business. It really wraps everything in one package. The goal is automation. Imagine if your email is sent as a thank you note automatically every time a client books a meeting. This makes you look professional and consistent, even if you're currently wearing a swimsuit trunk in Bali. All right, let's get serious for a second, and I won't kill you the vibe. Here's the foundation of travel. As a traveler, you're a target. If you get hacked while you're halfway up in a mountain in Peru, your journey is over. So we got to think about another tool. It's called a virtual private network. It is like a tunnel. It's encrypting your traffic so guys sipping a latte next to you cannot steal your bank password. Never connect to a hotel or an airport Wi-Fi without it. Second, the 3-2-1 backup rule. Do not trust your hard drive. It can break, get stolen, or get soaked in coffee. Ask me how I know. 3 copies of data, 2 different formats, 1 copy offsite into the cloud. Here's the bottom line, friend. We're not trying to be Silicon Valley billionaires. We're trying to build a life of freedom. By using these tools, you're not selling out to the machine. You're buying back your time. Keep that in mind. You're giving yourself hours to stare at sunset and less time staring at spreadsheets. Now, you have the wisdom and you have the technology to execute it. But there is a trap waiting for you. You can have the best automated business in the world, but if you don't structure your business entity correctly, the IRS or the taxman in your country will become your worst business partner. You need to know how to protect what you earn, right? And that is exactly what we're going to cover in the next video, Module 3, Global Business Mastery. But before you jump to the next video, I have a small favor to ask. If this video helped lower your blood pressure about AI, even just a little bit, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It tells the YouTube algorithm that we are not done yet and help other professionals find their freedom too. But listen, YouTube is just for the highlights. If you want the real unfiltered conversation about this lifestyle, you need to come over to my Substack. That is where we dig deep into the nuts and bolts of the silver digital nomad life. And finally, if you're listening to this and thinking, Elmer, this sounds great, but I don't know if I'm actually built for this, I got you covered. I created the Silver Nomad Digital Assessment Tool. It is a quick way to find out if this lifestyle is truly a fit for you before you sell your home and head out. I put the links for the Substack and the assessment in the description below. Get your tech set up, stay safe, and I'll see you in Module 3. Ciao.